Once a year, kids ages 7 through 14 that are deaf or hard of hearing come together for the Iowa Baseball Camp for the Deaf. Local 5's Jake Brent has more on how they're getting more than just baseball skills out of this experience.
The sounds of baseball are not the same for everyone. For 1 week each summer, kids in the Iowa deaf community come together for the Iowa Baseball Camp for the Deaf.
We do fielding practice, batting practice. When we're done, we get to sit and chill, socialize.
Much like any Little League in America, there are some kids here who will go on to play high school ball or maybe even at a higher level. There are also some kids here who won't, but they're walking away from this camp learning the skills of baseball, of teamwork, all while belonging to a community.
Most of these campers go to school, they go to church, class, whatever, but they feel alone. They might be the only kid, that they don't have any other deaf peers, and so they feel isolated and frustrated. They're brushed off, and so this camp is really to provide access to everyone, that you can meet other deaf friends and sign with them. We've learned, like, you have to be patient, that sometimes you got to sit on the bench and wait for it to be your turn. We have to work together as a team. Like when we're throwing the ball, you have to make sure your team is paying attention, that you're looking at each other before you're doing any of our activities.
Dylan himself was a camper when he was growing up. Now he's giving back. A lot of volunteers were once campers as well.
It really gives me like pride to know that as all these kids have grown up, it's like, oh, you learned as a camper, and now I can take the knowledge I learned and give it back to the next group of kids.
In Johnston, Jake Brent.
I like it, and I love coming to camp, but it's really hot.
Local 5 Sports.
And on Thursday night, the camp will be at Principal Park for the iCubs game, throwing out the first pitch and singing both the national anthem and Take Me Out to the Ball Game during the 7th inning stretch.